I really want to encourage a kind of fantasy, a kind of magic. It's about expanding how you see the world. I think we live in an age where we are just hammered to think that this is what the world is. Television saying, everything saying, that's the world. And it's not the world. The world is a million possible things. The Zero Theorem is a film directed by Terry Gilliam, and that quote in the intro was from him in an interview that he did with Salman Rushdie a few years back. This film stars Christoph Waltz, Mélanie, Thierry, David Thewlis, and Matt Damon. And in this film, Christoph Waltz plays a character named Cohen Leth, who is a computer programmer in the not-too-distant future. And he's one of the best programmers. And so he is given this new project, and it is basically a program that questions the meaning of the universe. And he is tasked with attempting to solve this program. In the midst of all of that, his character is also waiting for a mysterious phone call that he's been waiting for a long time. And it's this phone call that has a significant amount of importance to him, and it's a driving force and a motivation for his character. The visuals in this film are amazing. This world that they've created is fantastic, and it's bright and colorful and yet claustrophobic and crushing. And yet the juxtaposition of Cohen Leth's residence is, this kind of fortress of solitude. It's a sanctuary, both literally and figuratively. But along with the visuals, the performances are great. Christoph Waltz is amazing, as he is in so many other things. And his character has such breadth, and the journey that he takes in this film, he executes so well, and it's great to see him in this starring role. But many of the supporting cast is also excellent as well. Lucas Hedges plays, he's a young actor, and he plays Bob. And he brings a lot of the heaviness to some of the scenes, and he does it really well. And I thought his character was good in this. Mélanie Thierry, a lot of people have kind of criticized her character, but I thought that it was actually quite great. I thought there was a lot of depth there, and there's a scene later on the film that she's excellent in. And it really speaks to what's really going on with her character under the surface. David Thewlis has a lot of great comedic moments, and he's a great foil for Christoph Waltz. And then Matt Damon has some great scenes as well. He's not in the movie a ton. And what's awesome about this is that many of these actors came in and they worked for scale. These big actors like Matt Damon and Tilda Swinton is in this as well for, in some brief moments. So many of these actors came in because they wanted to work with Terry Gilliam and whatever the cost. And so they came in, took the least amount of money so they could be in this movie. And I think any time a collaboration like that happens, I'm for it. There's too much to say and not enough time to say it. Maybe I'll have to make a second video, but I just really love Terry Gilliam as a filmmaker. I think he's an incredibly important artist in this medium because there's so few people creating the kinds of films that he does. And love him or hate him, he's doing something different. And that, in and of itself, can sometimes have value, but I think there really is a lot going on there. He's not just this crazy artist throwing stuff up, and it's just incredibly obscure and difficult to relate to. I think it is relatable, but you have to be open to it. And I think if you go into this film with preconceived notions, from his other work or Brazil or what have you, then maybe you're going to be disappointed. But I think if you go at it and try and see it from a fresh perspective, and going into it knowing that it's going to ask a lot of you, that you may enjoy this film as much as I did. I'm going to give this film a 4.5 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. And as I walked out of the theater, I knew that I liked it, but I wasn't sure how much. And the more I thought about it, the more I enjoyed it. I know this is going to be a film that I go back and I want to watch over and over again, and when it comes out on Blu-ray, I'm definitely going to buy it. It just does something that so many other films don't do. It transports you. It allows you to open up your mind to think about crazy things, stuff that you would never think about. And that to me is fantastic, and I really enjoyed this film. What did you think about it? Have you seen it? Or if not, what are your favorite Terry Gilliam movies? Leave a comment below and let's talk about it. And as always, click right here if you like what you see, and subscribe to even more of me.